The air hangs heavy with the weight of choices yet to be made. A man, not yet old, but carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, stands at a crossroads shrouded in mist. 4 paths diverge, each promising a different journey. 4 figures emerge from the swirling mist, each a reflection of the man's potential. The passive man, paralyzed by fear. The pleaser, desperate for acceptance. The selfish man, consumed by ambition. The strong man, standing tall with purpose. There are 4 types of men. The voice whispers, "Which one are you?" The passive man walks a path paved with what-ifs and silent regrets. He is a prisoner in a cell of his own making, the bars forged from fear and indecision. He remembers a time when his heart burned with dreams, but fear whispered doubts in his ear, and he listened. He recalls the woman with eyes like a summer sky, a woman who saw something in him worth fighting for. But fear held him back, whispering tales of inadequacy and rejection. And so, he watched her walk away, her love a fading ember in the ashes of his inaction. He is a ghost in his own life, a shadow watching the world go by, forever haunted by the paths not taken. He is the embodiment of every dream left unchased, every opportunity missed, every chance for love left unspoken. The pleaser walks a tightrope, balancing precariously on the expectations of others. He craves approval, seeking validation in the smiles and nods of those around him. He says yes when his heart screams no, sacrificing his own needs on the altar of others' desires. He finds himself in a relationship that feels more like a cage than a sanctuary. He loves, but his love is a flickering candle in the wind, constantly at risk of being extinguished by the storms of his partner's needs. At work, he toils tirelessly, burning the midnight oil to meet impossible deadlines, hoping for a word of praise. But his efforts go unnoticed, lost in the cacophony of demands and expectations. One day, the weight of it all becomes too much to bear. The tightrope snaps, sending him plummeting into the abyss of his own suppressed emotions. He looks around at the faces he has strived so hard to please, and realizes that in his quest for their approval, he has lost himself. He stands tall, his voice no longer a whisper but a roar, and for the first time, he feels the liberating power of authenticity. The selfish man strides through life like a conqueror, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered dreams in his wake. He sees the world as a chessboard, and the people in it as pawns to be manipulated for his own gain. He craves power, wealth, and status, believing they hold the keys to happiness. He climbs the corporate ladder, stepping on the backs of colleagues and rivals alike. He justifies his actions with a single-minded focus on his goals, convincing himself that the ends justify the means. He accumulates wealth, but his mansions feel empty, his bank accounts overflowing, yet his soul barren. He surrounds himself with people who feed his ego, who laugh at his jokes and cater to his every whim. But deep down, he knows they are drawn to his power, not his personality. He yearns for genuine connection, for a love that sees beyond his accomplishments and into his heart. He tries to reach out, to make amends for the pain he has caused, to fill the void within him. But the people he has hurt have moved on, their wounds too deep to be healed by his belated remorse. The strong man walks a path forged in fire, tempered by discipline, and guided by an unwavering moral compass. He understands that true strength lies not in physical prowess, but in the courage of his convictions. He embraces challenges, knowing that growth comes from pushing beyond his comfort zone. He loves deeply and fiercely, not out of need or obligation, but out of a boundless capacity for empathy and compassion. He protects those he loves, not for recognition or reward, but because it is an intrinsic part of who he is. He pursues his passions with relentless determination, not for fame or fortune, but for the sheer joy of creation. He stands tall in the face of adversity, his spirit unbroken, his resolve unwavering. He leaves a legacy, not of wealth or power, but of love, integrity, and unwavering commitment to the things that truly matter. The crossroads reappear, the mist swirling around the four paths, each beckoning the viewer forward. The choice is theirs to make, the consequences theirs to bear. Will they succumb to fear and inaction, seek validation in the eyes of others, chase material wealth, or choose the path of strength, integrity, and love? Which man will you become?